Sean Hannity had an op-ed on Fox News about Joe Biden where he said this: will the Democratic Party hold Joe Biden to the same, quote, believe all women zero tolerance standard that they have utilized so vigorously against Republicans? And by the way, where are all the Judge Kavanaugh I believers? So a standard trick of the right wing is pretend that there is hypocrisy that isn't there. I have not heard many people saying Lucy Flores is lying, or, Amy is lying, or any of these women. And how could we? You can literally see the footage of many of these types of incidents. The question is, what should be done based on it? And so, look, does Joe Biden have a chance in the primary? I think that this could actually hurt him quite significantly. And if a person feels like whether he thinks what he was doing all of these times was sexual or not, I don't like it, who am I to tell that person that they're wrong? But we do also have to understand that the rubbing noses or kissing on the back of the head is a little bit different than what was alleged against Brett Kavanaugh. I think that everybody understands that there are gradations of this, and attempting to rape someone is different than rubbing noses with them. I think that we all agree that. I think that Sean Hannity on some level understands that, but he's trying to score points. That's all that is. And he is willing to once again use the very serious topics of sexual harassment and sexual assault to try to score cheap political points, while again, totally unnecessarily minimizing the concern of those who felt maybe we shouldn't have a guy who might have tried to rape people on the Supreme Court. So that's another pawn that he's using right there. But then you get into even more ridiculous territory. So just briefly, this is one person, but I've seen this all over Twitter and in op-eds. Mika Brzezinski, I believe it was yesterday, said, is it okay to bring up that this could be politically motivated? And what she is saying there's different versions of this, but the idea is that that one of these women is a big Bernie person. And so are they just pretending that this happened, or that it happened and they're pretending that they're offended to hurt Bernie Sanders? This is where Bernie Sanders actually does come in. Before it wasn't important, but here it is. That is the sort of hypocrisy that Sean Hannity is pointing out there that doesn't generally exist, but in some cases does. If you will believe women, unless it might hurt a candidate that you like, then you don't really believe women. You believe women when it's convenient. That's not any sort of laudable standard right there. And if Lucy Flores or if Amy Lappos or if any of these other women felt uncomfortable, first of all, they should not be made even more uncomfortable by having them revealing what happened to them. In some cases, things that they've grappled with for literally years. They should not be made to feel stigmatized because they're bringing that up. Again, that doesn't mean that Biden drops out of the race, that we don't have a primary, that we just crown one candidate right now. But they get to bring up the experiences that they've had, whether it's with Biden or with any other candidate. We talked not too many months ago about the allegations that some people believe that Bernie Sanders didn't discipline someone who had sexually harassed a campaign worker quickly or severely enough. What's interesting is that the sum total of these stories, regardless of who the allegations are against, from a certain perspective in the media, always ends up that Bernie should be the one that actually drops out. So if Biden made these women uncomfortable, is that bad news for Biden or is it bad news for Bernie in the end? Anyway, look, you need to understand what actually happened. It's up to you to decide how serious it is. This is not one of the issues where I feel it's my job to attempt to convince you. But you also need to understand that whether it's Sean Hannity or Mika Brzezinski or whoever, there are people who are coming at this not from a genuine concern for the experiences of women, but to try to shape the primary in the direction they want. It's as simple as that.
Thank you very much for watching this clip from The Damage Report. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe to this channel and ring the bell on YouTube to get notifications of our new videos. And of course, you can catch the full Damage Report live every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on TYT Network on YouTube TV.